As we all know, if you're a Battlefield fan, Season 6 and Update 6.0 dropped yesterday, but one thing that happens when an update drops is the devs put in changes that aren't actually in the patch notes. So today we're going through all the changes that I have found and the community have found in Battlefield 2042 Season 6. As always, I'll leave a link to the Reddit thread where I got some of these from, but then some of them I found on my own. So it's very much a collaborative effort. Go write down any that you found in the comments below as well that I've missed, because I probably have missed some. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. First of all, for all you no HUD players, and I've actually done this a couple times on the new map, I've played with no HUD, and luckily now, the game differentiates between the lights on people's bodies, between your teammates and your squad mates. So your squad mates now have green lights on them, and your teammates now have blue lights. I really like this change. It makes it a lot more readable to see, who you should be sticking with if you do play with no HUD, which is incredibly difficult in this game sometimes, and in any Battlefield game, but if you're one of those players, you'll probably appreciate this change. And it's actually a good change just for everyone overall, because it increases readability without having to read somebody's name. You can just look at the lights on their body, even if you have your HUD on. In the game's audio settings, we now have a music package. You can choose which season's music you want. You can have the base game, you can have season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and choose whichever package of music you want, or you can stick it to random, so it picks a random music track. That's what I'm doing, and I really appreciate this. I like the different seasons' music, so it's nice to be able to go back and revisit those, and replace the current menu music with those from previous seasons. Vehicles that are near death now tell you that they're near death on the deploy screen, so if you hover over a vehicle that's taken a lot of damage, it'll have a yellow outline around it and claim that it's low health, meaning that you know what you're getting yourself into if you spawn on one of those, and you no longer have the frustrating experience of spawning on a condor for it only to be blown up within seconds. Apparently the devs say this is a bit of a bug, but Battle Pass progression is incredibly slow right now. To get through one Battle Pass point, you need 6,500 XP, which is absolutely nuts, and the Battle Pass challenges are now limited to 3 points instead of 5. I personally understand why they've made this change if it's intentional, because this season is 16 weeks long as opposed to 14 or 12, but at the same time, Battlefield 2042's Battle Pass was one of the only Battle Passes where I thought that the progression was good. It was in a good place. It wasn't too easy, but it was easy enough that you didn't have to grind your life out to actually get the tiers that you wanted to and complete the pass. So personally, I'm not a fan of this change, but it is a stealth change nonetheless, because I don't think that they actually detailed this anywhere. If you've changed your setting from the default settings, it'll now have a big blue circle to the left of the setting that you've changed. For example, I've adjusted my HUD settings, and each of the settings that I have adjusted from their default values have a blue dot next to them showing that I've changed it. So if I want to go through and change some things back to defaults without having to reset everything back to default, I can now see exactly which settings I've changed. Portal now has a new UI element where if you go into a server that you're hosting, it has now a nice splash screen telling you, what map is on rotation, what mode you've got going, how many players are on, and all that good stuff. It's good to see Portal getting some small updates and changes and refinements like this. It shows they still kind of care about Portal. I do wish we, got content for it, but it's nice to see these UI elements being brought in anyway, so thumbs up for that one. That one wasn't in the patch notes either. I haven't tested this one, so I can't verify it, but some people are saying the same thing and saying that the jet afterburners now have an actual bar telling you how much of the afterburn you've got left. I think this is a good change. I mean, readability is always a good thing, so good to see that. And finally, in what I assume is an effort to reduce explosive spam, underbarrel launchers now have one type of grenade each, meaning if you want to have several grenades, you'll have to run several underbarrel launchers and take up those valuable plus system spots on the bottom of your gun. This, coupled with the actual known change in the patch notes of the SPH launcher getting nerfed to 1 round, does show that the devs really did some testing for the new map Redacted, because I imagine if we had the old explosives with underbarrels and the SPH launcher, it would be absolute hell on Redacted, especially with the Irish nerfs, but I feel like everything kind of comes together now. I'm not feeling the explosive spam too badly, except in some really tight choke points. And also when I jumped onto an 128 player server on Redacted, that was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'm happy with most of these changes. Some of them are a bit weird, like the Battle Pass progression. That one's probably the only one that I'm really against. But the rest of them seem like pretty good quality of life updates and changes. So thumbs up from me all around, mostly. Let me know what you think on the comments below. Are you enjoying 2042's new season? Have you found any other stealth changes that went in this video? If you did enjoy this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and head over to the NoStop Discord. Link is in the description, and I'll see you all in the next video.